Let's start at the very beginning. Texas Roadhouse. And if you remember, I took this picture of you guys, and basically it was just a picture just to put on Facebook and, say we're going to go see a movie. I'm out having dinner with friends. I sent it to Jamie. That was all this photo was for. Well, then the next day I thought, well, that's a pretty good photo of you guys. I really like that photo. I think it's the only one I've got where you're both together smiling out, out in the real world, without a bowling alley behind you. So, so I said, cool. Maybe I'll make this into like a framed photo, but I really don't like the background. So I'm going to use AI and see if I can get the background to be different. What do I want to do here? What background would I like? I'd like, a background of them at the beach. Okay, fine. A background of them at a bullfight. Sure, why not? How about London? Let's send them to London, And so all of a sudden it became like a story in my brain. I'm like, well, wait a second now. If I'm going to do all this, let's make it an adventure. Let's make it a trip, where they start one place and they end up somewhere else. And it all started with dinner at Texas Roadhouse. So then I started thinking, well, where do I want to send you guys? Well, I want to send you to Europe. Well, where would you go in Europe? If you were a tourist, where would you go? And I went, well, you'd go to London, you'd see Big Ben, right? And maybe a double-decker bus. You go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower, of course. Then you go to Italy and have coffee. So in my brain, I'm just putting you guys on a map and bringing you places, right? And then it became like, how are they going to get from here to there? Well, from here to there, they're going to fly on a private jet. Real pricey, but you're going to go on a private jet. My treat. and then you can take the train over to Paris. So we don't need to show that. But how are you going to get to Italy? And I went, well, we'll put them back on another private jet and send them to Italy, right? Why not? Right? At this point, who cares? And then while you're in Italy, well, you might as well take a cruise on the Mediterranean while you're there. I mean, you wouldn't want to miss that. So I put you on a yacht in the Mediterranean, drinking champagne, of course. And then it's like, okay, so then they go home. I went, no, they shouldn't go home just yet. I said, hey, let's go to Hawaii. We just show them on a transcontinental flight sleeping, because that makes perfect sense. It's going to be a long flight. Of course, they're going to sleep on the flight. Might as well put them in first class. So that's how we got you to Hawaii. And then when you're coming home, well, you might as well take a cruise ship home, and then fly back home from there. So that's how the story developed in my brain. So then I had to create photos that represented those adventures, right? Those spots, those places. And that's how all the pictures came about. The script. I had all the photos numbered in the order of how I wanted the script to be. Using the photos, create a video script. The premise is an unplanned trip to Europe and then a flight to Hawaii, coming back to the U.S. on a cruise ship. Keep it upbeat and fun with a little bit of sentimentality. So, and this is the script that you heard, right? It all started with what seemed like a simple farewell dinner, but for Jim and Sonia, this wasn't the end of a chapter. It was the explosive beginning of a whole new unplanned adventure. So I didn't write any of this. I just gave it the pictures and told it what I wanted it to do. And the tone that I wanted. I didn't want it to be a professional, technical, presentation. It was a fun, upbeat adventure. And so it took that and made it into the script. Now I've got photos in one hand. I got a script in the other hand. How do I make a video? Well, I normally make it myself. I just put it into a video editor and I narrate the script. But I decided to go one step further and let AI do that. Follow the script as it is provided. Narrator should be upbeat young male discussing a third party's recount of Jim and Sonia's trip at the end. Make photo 11 animated to show them dancing on the ship. Now, initially, it kept narrating it like it was like either Jim or Sonia. Like, and then we did this, and then we did that, and then the two of us, and I'm like, no, I don't want you to do that. I want it to be a third person's narration. In other words, we're looking at them having fun. It's not them recounting the story to us. And so once I told it that, to make it a third party recount, that's when it gave me the finalized version of what we just heard. So I made the first video. All was good. And then I'm like, wait a second. Why would they go to Europe and be dressed in blue jeans and stuff they'd wear like to the bowling alley in Flint, right? that just doesn't seem right. I mean, it was amusing to me. I was giggling and laughing the whole time I was making the video and doing the photos. But after I did the video, it just dawned on me that it would be better. It would be better served if it was more sophisticated. So then I came back to Manus because Manus had created the narration for me, the script, and all the photos were already here. And I'm not quite sure why I did this, because normally I wouldn't use Manus for this. But since they were already here, I just and I had the query bar here at the bottom. I just grabbed the photo and I said, "Can you put the people in the photo in appropriate clothing?" And it did. And I was like, "Wait a minute. How did it do that? I didn't think it was that smart." And then I realized that on the next photo I did, it came up and said, "Contacting Nano Banana to create your photo." So apparently they share. Nano Banana and Manus share. And I pay for Manus already. So even though I bought credits for Nano Banana separately, I didn't need to because Manus I'm already paying for. So now this is where it gets interesting. So I've got the photo of you guys at the Eiffel Tower. And so I said, again, basic stuff here, appropriate clothing. That's all I'm telling it to do. I'm not telling it what colors or designs or whatever. Well, then it comes back and puts you guys in not only nicer clothing, but also in a different pose. Now you're standing up. You're not like, well, not that cropped close look we have, but now you're very far away. It looks like someone took the picture, a nice photographer, upshot, getting the tower in there and all that. Very cool stuff. And this is when I started thinking to myself, okay, it's actually doing more than I'm asking it to do. It's actually thinking. It's going, well, you know what? This is a better rendition of this picture. And to be quite honest, you'd be hard pressed to not think that's you two guys in France. I mean, Sonia, you could send this photo to your sister. I swear to God, she would think it was you. I mean, look at that. It's crazy, right? And you're so well dressed. It looks very nice on you. It's a nice outfit. Jim has that just I'm on vacation kind of look, and nothing wrong with that. All right. So now at that point, now I'm like, okay, well, let's just do the rest of the photos. So here I got you guys on a beach in Hawaii drinking pina coladas, and you're wearing blue jeans and jackets. So it just doesn't work for me, right? Doesn't make any sense. So I said, and then I kind of added the statement, Hawaii luau kind of dress. Now I spelled luau wrong, but it understood. So then it comes back and says, okay, I confirmed the Paris attire edit is complete. Now I will proceed with dressing the couple in Hawaiian luau attire. Now it's starting to get a little wordy with me. Perfect. I've transformed the photo of the couple into the beautiful Hawaiian luau attire. And then it talks about what he's wearing, what you're wearing. It put a plumeria, which I had no idea that's what they were called, a plumeria flower in your hair. And again, you'd be hard pressed to think that wasn't you guys sitting on a beach. It doesn't look superimposed. It doesn't look green screen. It looks like a real picture of you guys sitting on the beach. Okay, it's just remarkable to me. All right, now this photo. This is my most fun photo of the group, because in this photo, when I originally had the photo created, I told it, have the woman be excited about being at a bullfight in Spain, which is like, ironically, the last thing that I think you would ever do, number one, and certainly be excited about, but I couldn't resist. I thought this one would be the fun one, right? And it was. It didn't disappoint me at all. So it's got you waving and just, you look so excited up there. Oh my God, yes, they killed the bull. And so I said, well, how about in a Spanish motif? See, I'm getting a little more adventurous now with my requests. I'm saying, well, how about a Spanish motif for this? Not just you pick it. I'm going to tell you what I want. So it came back, and this to me is the best photo of all of them right here, is showing you in this Spanish flamenco dress. Jim's got a beret. He's got a little sash around Wait, a nice linen shirt. I mean, you guys look like you live there. Okay. I mean, it's to me, it's the perfect photo. I love this photo. I'd frame this photo, to be quite honest. All right. So now at this point, I'm having way more fun. It's been like maybe 12 hours. I'm getting punchy at this point. So I was like, can you put the people in the photo in appropriate clothing like Italian natives? And while you're at it, give the guy a mustache and a beret. So it goes, Perfetto, I've transformed the photo. The man now sports a classic navy beret and a thin black mustache, wearing a sophisticated dark. It's almost like a fashion show at this point, right? It's getting very excited to tell me how it's gone above and beyond what I wanted from it, right? But this right here is, look at this photo. Look at this photo. I'm going to blow it up here. Honestly. I mean, to me, that looks like you guys. It's just freaky to me that how and it doesn't look like it's like a fake picture. I mean, it looks like a real, honest to goodness picture. I mean, I don't know. All right, so then I'm excited now. I say, great job, Manus, very impressive. And then Manus comes back to me and goes, well, thank you so much. I'm thrilled you're happy with all the edits. It was wonderful transforming your photos across all these different settings, from elegant private jet and cruise ship to the romantic Parisian streets, the tropical Hawaiian beach, the exciting Spanish bullfight, and finally the charming Italian cafe. Each location got its perfect wardrobe makeover. It's very happy with itself, okay? Because I complimented it, right? So I don't know. But now it's learning, right? It sees what we want to do here. So now this is where it gets even better, because remember the Eiffel Tower picture. It not only did it change how you guys were standing in the photo, but it also changed your attire and gave you that that long trench coat with the purse and all that, right, Sonia? So then I told it we got to do something with this London photo. And I told it that it's day one of the vacation. Well, remember, I told you earlier that I had numbered all the photos from 1 through 11. So it knew the order of what was happening in terms of the trip itself, right? And it knew that London was first and Paris was second. So all I told it was appropriate clothing for the situation, day one of vacation. That's all I told it. It went, okay, fine. It came back and literally dressed you guys in the same clothes that you were wearing in Paris. I did not tell it to do that. It just knew, well, if Paris is the second photo and Paris is like this close to England, it's just a train ride away, you're probably still wearing the same clothes. So it backtracked and dressed you the same way as it did in Paris. And I just think that's clever. No, and not only clever, but now it's showing thinking. Right? Now it's just more than me telling it what to do. It's thinking to itself, well, wait a minute now. Let's do this, because that would only make sense. So then now we're back on the plane. I said, well, that's you guys don't want to be in your clothes wearing your glasses, right? That's kind of goofy. That's a goofy picture to make. So I said, make it appropriate for sleeping on a plane. And it came back with this photo of you guys with your sleeping masks at 40,000 feet. I mean, that is such a realistic looking picture. It's crazy. Okay, moving on. So we got that. So now this picture was just stupid on my part. As I said, put you guys on a cruise ship, and not only it did that, but if you look, that's literally the table that was sitting in front of you at Texas Roadhouse. So all it did was just take you guys, strip out the background, and just dump you onto a cruise ship, basically. And I thought, well, that's kind of stupid. So can you change the attire for them on a cruise ship in the Caribbean? Well, it not only did that, but it put you guys in some nice deck chairs, and it gave you sunglasses. See, stuff I didn't tell it to do. The sun is over here, obviously, so it figured you needed sunglasses, so it put you sunglasses, gave you sunglasses to wear. And then after all of that, because remember, I got to go and I got to drop this back into HeyGen and make a video, because that's the video you just watched is with those photos, not the photos where you're always wearing the same clothes every time. I'm like, well, it doesn't make any sense for you to start this fabulous magical adventure and your send-off dinner is at Texas Roadhouse. It doesn't, one of these things is not like the other, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. Well, let's go back to Texas Roadhouse. Do me a favor, make it more elegant. Give them a place that's got linen tablecloths and napkins, right? That's all I told it to do. So now Manus is very excited about this. It says, absolutely stunning. I've transformed the casual restaurant into an elegant fine dining establishment. It talks about the silverware, the china, the centerpiece candle, how nicely you guys are dressed. And elegant blaze-black cocktail dress with a beautiful statement necklace. So there, of course, is the photo that starts off the video. Is right there. And I swear to God, that's you two guys sitting in a fine dining restaurant having dinner. Okay? You cannot tell. If somebody was to show me that photo, I'd go, Jesus, really? Where was that at? And lastly, I finally got a decent picture of you guys on a cruise ship that looked right to me. Very elegantly dressed, very sophisticated. Even down to your toenail polish there, Sonia. Look at that. So I said, well, I want them to dance. And so it made this video, which I was okay, but it was a little stupid, I think. It just had you dance, turn once and then walk away. But if you look, exactly how long is your arm on here, Sonia? It must be 6 feet. So I said, well, no, that's not right. That's kind of dumb. Hold on. So I said, can we have more dancing and less walking away? At which point it made this video, which is the one that actually ends the video we just watched. And it just, actually there's 3 cuts. I just used the first cut, which is this one right here. And I know it probably doesn't look exactly like Jim. Now, because we're adding movement to everything, so it has to also take that into account. But from 25 feet away, it'd be hard pressed to tell. And then it wanted to create a highlight reel, and I said, no, that's okay. I'm making a video. I'm good. Thank you, Manus. So there you go. In the end, what more can I say? I had a great time doing it. I honestly wish I could afford to send you on a vacation like this, but I can't. So this is the next best thing that I can afford. So all I say is Merry Christmas. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll send you the link, so if you want to show it to your friends, you're more than welcome to. If you want some of these pictures as real pictures, to maybe text them to your sister and just pull her leg. Let me know. We can do that as well. Okay, so take care, guys. Merry Christmas.
It's a lonely night. Everybody's happy. Been turning around, looking for a friendly light, but I see nothing. No eyes on me. It's a lonely night. Everybody's happy.